All right, guys. So I'm trying to do this quickly here before JT, the corporatepreneur, aka Jonathan David, realizes what's going on. All right, guys, here we go. All right, guys. So it's me, Dr. Equity here, and I'm in between procedures, and I wanted to come live and hack JT, Jonathan David's socials because I wanted to talk to you guys about how you can access your home's equity without disturbing your historically low interest rate. Okay. So, as you can see here, Dr. Equity presents how to unlock your home's equity. Okay. I got the little house in the picture key here. I want to show you guys how to get access to some capital this season. All right. So, going into this, what's a HELOC? Okay. So a HELOC is a home equity line of credit, right? And it's a way that you can tap into your home's equity without disturbing your first mortgage's interest rate or disturbing your first mortgage at all anyway. A HELOC is simply like a credit card or a revolving line that is backed by the equity that you have in your home. Because it's a revolving line, you can use it, pay it down, use it and pay it down for a certain period of time. Now, this HELOC, this procedure here is a great opportunity or a great tool that we use for people who want to get access to additional capital, right? So that's essentially what a HELOC is. Home equity line of credit is what it stands for, and it allows you to tap into the equity in your home without disturbing your first mortgage. Think of it like a credit card that is backed by the equity inside of your home. Okay. Now, before we can do this procedure, okay, we have to establish, okay, what we call a net tangible benefit, or NTB is what we call it in our space. All right. So a net tangible benefit is basically any purpose, any reasoning, any true benefit to accessing your home's equity. As a broker, I have a fiduciary responsibility to make sure that the capital you're accessing actually is going to serve a purpose and put you in a better position. So some examples of a net tangible benefit are going to be to lower your debt payments. All right. So we know the holiday season has just passed, Christmas shopping, things of that nature. Maybe you racked up old credit cards and you got to get that debt monkey off your back. Okay. Maybe that's a reason why you want to access equity in your home. Also, to keep in mind, credit card debt behind the scenes, a lot of your credit cards, the interest rates have went up to almost 30%. Okay, so a lot of consumers are in debt, and would be a NTB, a net tangible benefit, as to why maybe you want to access equity in your home. Another example could be maybe it's a home remodel. Maybe you want to finish that basement. Maybe you want to redo that kitchen, whatever the case may be. These are reasons, these are things why reasons as to why you want to access some equity inside of your home. Okay. The third reason here, investing. Now, this is my favorite one by far. Okay. As an investor myself, this will allow you to start new business ventures. Maybe you want to invest in real estate. Maybe there's a business you want to buy, or a venture you want to partner with other people on, or maybe you want to put some money into the market. Now, I'm not here to be your financial advisor, but there are a lot of different ways for you to grow and expand your money. Investing them is one of them, and that would be a solid net tangible benefit as to why you should access some equity inside of your home. Let's see here. Next, I don't have much time here. I don't want JT, the corporatepreneur, to come back, aka Jonathan David, whatever he calls himself. Okay, so let's talk about loan to value, or LTV. Okay, so LTV, or loan to value, that's what we're going to look at to determine how much of your home's equity that we can access in the form of a line of credit. So for this particular example, I want you guys to bear with me here. I'm going to try to break this down. There is some math involved. I hate math, so just bear with me as I try to break this down. In this diagram here, we have a home. And typically for a home equity line of credit, you can access up to 85% of your home's value. Okay. 85% of your home's value. So 85%, this is the borrower equity that you can access. 15%, the lender likes to set aside for just safety and insurance, right? You can never typically borrow all of your equity within your home, right? What incentive would you have to make other payments or anything like that if you have no equity, no other value there? But yeah, 85% is typically what you can access for home equity lines of credit. This particular example, this home, and this is a real life example. I have a deal that I'm working on right now, and these are their exact numbers that we're going to do for a home equity line of credit. So the home is valued at 450, 367 dollars, right? $450,367 is what the home is valued at, right? So this is this entire circle here. That's what the entire home is worth. Okay. Now, what is 85% of 450,000, right? Because that's the maximum line of credit that we can access. So 85% of this 450,000, okay, it's going to be $382,812. Okay, now that's essentially the maximum, okay, that they can access 85% of their value. Now keep in mind, for this particular scenario, they have an existing mortgage. Okay, so we need to subtract from the total amount that they can access. We have to subtract their existing mortgage. Okay, so we're going to subtract the existing mortgage, which is $180,506, which gives us a total HELOC line of credit for $202,306. Now, I'm not saying everyone out there is sitting on this type of equity, but maybe if you're someone who purchased your home and your interest rate was in the twos, threes, fours, even fives, and you've been sitting on your home for a couple years, it's not completely far off for you to have a significant amount of equity into your home that you could potentially access. Now, the average in the Midwest roughly is around $46,000 to $47,000 is what most homeowners could potentially expect to extract in terms of equity from their homes. But every case is going to be different, case by case. This particular client, they're going to have access to $202,000 that they can do whatever, right? We established that net tangible benefit. It could be to remodel their home, invest in real estate, whatever the case may be. This is how much money that they will have to do that. Okay. So moving on to the next slide here, let's talk about how do we activate your HELOC. Okay. How do we activate your HELOC? Now, how you activate your HELOC is you have to draw down or you have to request 75% of your line of credit in order to activate your HELOC. Okay. So for my client's last example, their maximum HELOC amount is $202,000. 75% of that will be $150,000 that they have to draw down or request in order to initiate or start their HELOC. Okay. Now, once they start their HELOC, all right, they will have to make interest only payments on that initial draw of $150,000. Okay. Now, here's where you can kind of maneuver some things to work on your behalf. Let's say, for example, they have to make that initial draw of 150,000, but let's say that deal that they were going to invest in, let's say it fell through, or maybe they needed more time to apply funds towards that net tangible benefit. Let's just say they weren't ready like how they thought they were. That's okay. You can pay back that 150,000 now that you've activated your HELOC, and then typically within 90 days or like that 90-day cycle, you can now make subsequent draws for a minimum of $1,000. Okay, so 75% will activate your HELOC. You can use it right away. Let's say if you don't have a deal ready just yet, that's fine. You can pay that money back. But after that 90 days has passed by, you can now make draw requests for a minimum of $1,000, and you will make interest-only payments on that. Okay, so I've kind of talked about this a little bit already. I don't have much time. I don't want them to come back. All right. So there is a draw period with a HELOC. Okay. There is a draw period, and then there is a repayment period. So during the draw period, which typically lasts for about 3 to 5 years, depending on which type of HELOC program we put you in, there may be other draw periods that are a little bit longer, but typically industry standard, what the products that I provide, you're going to be looking about a draw period of about 3 to 5 years. Now, what you do in this draw period is you actually draw money. You make the request to draw how much ever money you need to go towards your net tangible benefit that we talked about. Okay. And you will make interest only payments on whatever you draw for 3 to 5 years. Okay. Interest only payments for whatever you draw out for 3 to 5 years. After that initial draw period, okay, we're going to go into the repayment period. Okay, so now that we're at the repayment period, your initial HELOC, your home equity line of credit, it turns into an amortizing loan. Okay, which means that you could be looking at terms of 10 years, 20 years, essentially like a second mortgage, right? You will make a monthly payment with principal and interest until your balance is wiped out to zero. Okay, that will be your repayment period. All right, and now last but not least, okay, all right, guys, I want you to take some action. Okay. JT's probably on his way back. I don't have much time. I want you to call me. Okay. My phone number should be in the bio there, 317-656-9682. You can call me, you can text me, or go ahead, click the link attached to this video, right? It should be a link somewhere in the comments. If not, click the link in the bio, click something on my page, send me a DM, get a hold of me so I can get you some access to the capital that's within your home. All right. I got to go, guys. I'm shutting down the live. I only could hack them for a little bit. I don't want the police or anybody else to come and get me, but you guys got to act fast now. Go ahead, click the link attached to this video, send me a DM, call me, hit the bio, do whatever you got to do. Watch the replay. I don't care. Just do something. I'll talk to you guys soon.